So let us not be shy. Let us not be shy. Excellent.
Huh?
Στέφανε, ένα καπουτσινάκι, γλυκό ξέρεις, σαν και σένα. Φέρτο μου με τις κυρίες. Θα καθίσω πάλι. This is a slightly more advanced tutorial and we will see how we can create a flight plan using the Garmin G3X Touch, this wonderful tool in the icon A5. And I suppose we will also have a test flight to see if everything works just fine. Let us see the easy way first. These things you have said many times. You go to space, open filters, and you need only this to forget the airspaces. Just turn on the navigation and the fix and RNAV position reports. Okay? Backspace, and we're done. If you have a look at this small green circle here at Paphos International Airport, you distinguish that this airport is a bespoke airport. So what I want exactly to do, this is the easy way, okay, we will see afterwards the Garmin G3X Touch, but let us see first what actually is the plan, what actually will be the flight plan. Let me remember, yes, I think departure, of course, will be Paphos International Airport. This is where we landed last time, from Gaza Harbor, for you who follow the channel. That was my last flight. So yes, indeed, we want to depart from runway 29, and arrival is the same airport, okay? Runway 11. So the easy way. We want to depart from runway 29, isn't it? We landed on runway 11 when we reached Paphos International. And then we want to find this transition. Let me have a look. Yeah, we want to find this Tobal. Where is this Tobal? Exactly. We want to find this Tobal. This is the transition. So, add, okay. This Tobal is an RNAV waypoint. RNAV stands for area navigation. And actually, it is a non-ground based waypoint, which means it is satellite based or GPS based. And actually, it is used for approaches and as well can be used for departures. So it can be, let's say, part of stars or seeds, isn't it? Stars are the standard terminal arrival routes, and seeds are the standard instrument departures. So then, let me have a look at my notes. It must be somewhere here, not? So after Tobal, we want to go here. Exactly. Add. Okay. This PH812. We can as well add this one here. We also add this, yeah, this one. And as you see, this way we will be lined up with the runway. Something like this will be our flight plan from Paphos International Airport and landing at runway 11, as you see here. And if we add all these waypoints, we will be perfectly lined up with the runway. So, this is the easy way. And I dismiss everything.
Huh?
And we will do exactly the same thing, but it will be slightly more difficult because we will use, as I said, the wonderful Garmin G3X Touch, which is installed in the icon A5. So I will only select the departure, this one here. Let it be, why not? Okay. Let us not disturb the traffic. Let us go. Let us clear the runway. See how this plane turns, isn't it a miracle? You see? Okay, somewhere here, I think it is just fine. Parking brakes, once again. Of course, we will also use the VFR map, which is another wonderful tool. As you see, we don't have nothing here, isn't it? There is no flight plan. We are just parked close to the threshold of runway 29, isn't it? And I'm a little bit curious if I can show you all these things while being in pause, like this, for instance. Is it possible? Maybe it is. In order not to get distracted by the engine sound. I have said many times that these are the default cameras that we created for the icon A5. Alt 1, Alt 2, and actually we need this one, Alt 3. Here it is. So let's get started. We said that if we press here, we bring the autopilot features, isn't it? And here, if we continue pressing, I hope my cursor is visible, we bring the map. The G3X Touch is quite advanced and we have this ability to move the map with the cursor, with left click, isn't it? Something that we don't have when we use, for instance, the Garmin G1000. We don't have this luxury. And then we go here, I think. Exactly. We press on the compass, you see. And we go to flight plan, map, flight plan here. Exactly. Please be attentive and keep notes. We press left click on the compass here. These are the available modes. You see? If I press here, I bring the main menu, actually, isn't it? And then we go here, flight plan. Here it is. Origin. You see, this is, this is beautiful, isn't it? You remember how was the procedure with the G1000, not to mention the Garmin G500, which is obsolete. So, origin is LCPH. Enter. Okay. And now, again with the cursor, left click, isn't it? We drag. Destination will be the same, isn't it? LCPH. Enter. Excellent. And now we add our waypoints. Here it is. We want to go to the transition, which is Tobal. So this will be our first waypoint, Tobal. I hope there will be no I hope there will be no duplicates. I hope so. So, Tobal. Enter. Excellent. Good. Something appeared. I suppose now we are connected with Tobal, isn't it? We continue. Next waypoint, let it be this PHA 12, Papa Hotel Alpha 12. We go to the numbers here, 12. Enter. Excellent. And then we have PHA 69, addon route waypoint, letters. Numbers 69, enter. And then we have PHA 04, letters, numbers 04, enter. And then we have PHA 35. Enter. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth. Let us have a look at our VFR map. Wonderful, you see. This is exactly what we want to do. We want to go to this waypoint here, to BAL, and then we want to turn to find this waypoint. With the autopilot, I mean, we will use nav mode, navigation mode. This PHA 12, then 69, and so on. And if everything goes smoothly, we will line up with runway 11 and we will land on runway 11. Now, since, as I said, I don't trust the ATC of Microsoft Flight Simulator, we can as well set our altitude. For instance, to BAL, let's say something like 3500. Enter. And then next waypoint, let's say 3000 feet. Enter. No, I press here, isn't it? Let's say again 3000 feet. Enter. And then, okay, slightly steep will be, let's say 1500 or even 1000. 1000. Enter, and last waypoint, let it be 500. Enter. Okay. So, we have a double verification. I mean, if everything is correct, we have a look at our map here, the map of the Garmin G3X Touch, I mean, isn't it? And also the same flight plan we have here. I hope so. I hope that nothing changed. Excellent. We see the pink line, which means the first waypoint goes to BAL. I hope my flight plan still will be active if I leave the pause function. So, of course we will have a test flight. We go first to BAL. Here it is. Okay. Now, we said that in order to activate the autopilot, we go here. Flight director, okay, can as well be on. I just put the heading of the runway, which is 29, more or less, isn't it? You have a look here. I can use as well the commands, but I will use the knobs here. This one, heading down. Have a look at this light blue indicator on the compass. Okay. And I will set here an altitude of, which one? 3500, isn't it? This is the altitude of our first waypoint. Exactly. So, are we good to go? I hope we are good to go. Whatever will be, will be. So I release my parking brakes. F to restore the camera. There is a tutorial about these things. And also there is a tutorial how to install the autopilot of the Icon A5, which includes the Garmin G3X Touch. I will try to be precise, okay? Gear up. Autopilot is engaged. And I set a rate of ascent of 800 feet per minute. And I go immediately to nav mode. Exactly. Let me see. So far so good. It seems that we follow our flight plan, the flight plan that we created with the Garmin G3X Touch, and we go to this Tobal, which is our first waypoint. Only the interesting parts of the flight, needless to say this. Sooner or later we will stabilize at 3500 feet until Tobal, and the rest for later. Let us have a look at our wonderful cameras. Yeah, the usual suspects. I forgot my flaps. We are on autopilot and hands-free, isn't it? Just to monitor our speed slightly. You know that in general I use liveries for the planes that we fly, but this default livery was something really great, and I prefer to fly with this livery of the Icon, which is included in the default liveries of the simulator for the Icon A5. We are flying above Paphos. These are my saved cameras. Let me have a look. Okay, I hope that we will stabilize at 3500 feet soon. Hands-free and everything on autopilot. We always monitor our instruments. You see the airport is behind us. Exactly. Excellent. And if we have a look here on the VFR map this time, we follow our flight plan, the flight plan that we created with the Garmin G3X Touch, 3500 feet almost, and we go to our first waypoint. Good. I can as well bring again the map by pressing here on the compass, isn't it? Here it is. And I can magnify slightly. A wonderful tool and much more easy to use than the Garmin G1000, which is slightly more difficult, and of course in comparison with the G3X Touch it is obsolete, not to mention the Garmin G500. Now here is a very interesting moment that confused me a lot in many flights. I mean, the question is if, since we use nav mode, isn't it, if the plane will turn or if we will continue until Tobal. Here, lots of times I was confused and I was thinking, what is going on? I was trying to change from nav mode to heading mode. But let us be patient and let us see how the plane will react when we will reach this Tobal, which is our first waypoint actually, which means that here, let's say, there is a kind of mistake. I hope so. I hope that it is a mistake and that we will turn finally to Tobal, because actually the pink line should be connected with the first waypoint, with this Tobal, isn't it? Let us be patient and we will see what happens next. I'm very curious. I'm really very curious. Because as you see, already we deviate from our flight plan, but my only hope is that we haven't reached Tobal yet, and Tobal indeed is our first waypoint. So let us see how the plane will react. I can also decrease my speed slightly because I suppose that we will turn finally. Come on, baby, turn. If we turn, mission will be successful. I have nothing to worry about. So, excellent. And have a look here, please. Already we see the next waypoint. Distance about 12 here. Distance about 12 nautical miles. And I think that we are good. Yeah, we are already turning and we go to our next waypoint, which will be PHA 12. Excellent. Here is the distance, about 11.5 miles. So more or less I think mission is accomplished, but of course we will continue our flight and we will go to land. Everything is on autopilot. It seems we are successful. We reduce our speed in order the plane to turn easier. And I think we set here an altitude of 3,000. Exactly, 3,000. So let us descend to 3,000. I will use the keyboard commands this time. Okay, we still have some time until the next waypoint, but maybe later I can start descending to 3,000 feet. Hands-free, everything on autopilot. And I bring also the VFR map. You see now, yeah, this is a little bit strange. I mean, normally this pink line should go until Tobal. And I repeat once again, this is quite important, that many times I had problem with this, let's say, inconsistency. I was changing my mode to heading mode and so on, and I was trying manually actually to reach my next waypoint, and then again to return to nav mode. But it seems that there is some bug here. There is some bug here, and we let the plane go until our first waypoint, this Tobal, and I suppose soon we return to our flight plan and we will go to this PHA 12 and we will line up with the runway. So everything is just excellent. Good. We have a look at the coast. Actually, close to the airport is the city of Paphos, isn't it? A wonderful airport, a bespoke airport. The airport is right in front of us. We are flying at 3,500 feet. Exactly, and soon we will be descending. Wonderful views. Wonderful views indeed. The legendary Icon A5. Please go to flightsim.to and download the add-on, because the Autopilot and the Garmin G3X are not included in the standard version of the plane. Go and download it. There is a tutorial about this download, which is quite easy, and I have also a clip in the site, in my channel. Please have a look at the end of the clip. I think I will put it there so that you can have a look if you are interested. So, okay, I can as well start descending. As you see here, PH 812 is our next waypoint. Bearing is 134 here exactly, and also 134 we have here exactly on the compass. So let us go to 3000 feet. I will use the keyboard commands. This is not a tutorial about the keyboard commands. 3000, Alt V, something steep, okay. Maximum speed is about, let's say, 110, 120. 120 maybe it is too much. Miles per hour for the Icon A5, and ceiling is about 13,000 feet. Distance about 2.5 miles until our next waypoint, and estimate time of arrival is about, let's say, 1.5 minutes. Excellent. Both are wonderful tools. The VFR map is a wonderful tool. You can always check your position. As I said many times, I prefer to use the VFR map than the map of the plane. And of course we can also see the same things here, isn't it? Here is the map. And soon we are turning to our next waypoint. There is nothing to worry about. Half mile, and estimate time of arrival about, okay, 10 seconds. And I suppose now we will line up with the runway. Excellent, hands free. Our next waypoint is only 5 miles. Let me have a look. I think it is the same altitude, isn't it? And then I must go to 1000 feet. The landing with the Icon A5 is quite tricky. It is better, let's say, to have a speed of about 80 knots something. Okay, I suppose we will stabilize at 1000 feet. And soon we will be descending to 500, and we will disengage our autopilot in order to land. Excellent. Yeah, maybe I should already go to 500. The plane does not have any vertical navigation, okay. Gear down. And we are good to land. Excellent, we reached already 500 feet, and soon I will disengage my autopilot. Actually, slightly we veer now, but still we have time. Okay, autopilot is disengaged. I'm very glad that everything went just fine, and I don't think I have to worry about my landing. Though the landing with the icon A5 is quite tricky. Flaps. And you know, it is better not to use flaps while landing. So I will retract soon my flaps. And as I always used to say, you don't flare with this plane. You don't flare with this plane. I will not record, of course, my landing. Plenty of runway. Okay. I retracted my flaps. You don't flare. Yeah, this is good. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think not to insist any further, let us go to the cafe. Let us go to this wonderful cafe here in the airport. Now I'm more familiar with the airport. I think I know how to find it. The best coffee and the best cafe is waiting for us. I think it is somewhere here, isn't it? I think so. Yeah, excellent. You can have a look at the previous clip. One of the previous clips, I think. We again parked somewhere here nearby. I hope I will not disturb that much. Here we said that the plane cannot stop. Even on idle, you must continuously press the parking brakes. So let us not be shy. Let us not be shy. Excellent.
Huh?
Exactly. Let me set my parking brakes. I must continuously press the brakes first. Okay. And we can turn the fuel valve off. We can turn the battery off. Excellent. So let us go out of the plane. Okay, I think we secured the plane. Stefanos is waiting for us, the barman. A wonderful place to be, so many details, and every time I load this scenery there are more details added. A bespoke airport. You can go to flightsim.to and download Paphos International Airport. Definitely I would suggest you to do so. Στέφανε, ένα καπουτσινάκι, γλυκό ξέρεις, σαν και σένα. Εφέρτω μου με τις κυρίες. Θα καθίσω πάλι. Okay, Stefanos understands Greek, of course, since everybody talks Greek here in Cyprus. Good. I'm very satisfied with this landing. Everything went just fine. We didn't have any kind of problems. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to remember that if you create a flight plan like this, don't worry if you see that the first waypoint is not connected. For instance, this, how was it? Tobal, isn't it? Just be a little bit patient, go until your transition, which was Tobal, and the Icon A5 will not disappoint you. Be patient. The aeroplane will turn and will continue to follow your waypoints until you land safely to the airport, to any airport. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all for now. Thank you for watching this clip and hope to see you soon to the next one. Till then, you take care and bye for now.